All right. So tonight we're going to talk about social media, and I know it's the one thing that all of us, like, it's the hardest thing, but that's really where we run our business. If you think about it, that's our storefront. I am part of the, I enrolled in this 8-week mentorship program. The company is called Chic Influencer, and it's top coaches in Beachbody. So every week we have we have a team call basically, and then we have all this homework. And I'm really learning a lot. I've been doing this 5 years, and I'm still learning how to prioritize, set goals that make sense, and how to start using social media as I go. So I might even pop in live on Thursdays is after our meeting. So like just dump down what I've learned, because I want you guys to be able to take this, make it work for yourselves, so you can duplicate for your coaches, your customers, and all that good stuff. So social media is the key, but if we don't have a plan around it, and I don't usually have a plan around it, and then it just becomes hit or miss. So you got to take some time and think about it. It doesn't have to be super, and I'm going to give you some ideas on how to do it. The first thing, and I'm going to refer to them, her name is Melanie Mitro. She was a 4-time top coach, and then a coach on her team, Katie Ersta. And definitely follow Chic Influencer on Instagram. They share amazing tips about how to run a business, social media, time management. They're really good at it. So in our first call, they really made us stop and think. At the beginning of the month, or like especially if you're new, for next month, I want you to sit down and I just want you to think like 2 income goals, right? We're all doing this to help other people and to help ourselves make money. So 2 income goals. I want 1 to be related to your personal sales. So don't think Success Club in this case, right? I want you to think volume. So you can look at in the coach office, and if you don't know where that is, let us know, let me or Shannon or whatever coach invited you and you joined with, where you can see personal volume. Because personal volume is your direct sale goals. TV is your team volume, so that's all of us. But personal volume is your goal, and that's your sales. So don't think, and then the second one is a recruitment number, right? If you really want to scale your business, maybe you're just figuring out if you want to do it, but if you're here to scale your business, that's how you grow, is by adding coaches to the team, right? Because then you're making volume, and that's your residual income. So just want to show you, I know it's backwards, but I want to show you, like I set for July, I reached out and I was like, you know what? I average about 2,200 to 2,500 in PV, personal volume, every month. I want to shoot for 4,000 because we have a program launch. So I like set this goal. And then I also set a recruitment goal of 5 new coaches to the team in the month of July. So I wrote both of those down. But then it's like, okay, well, how do I get there, right? You can set these goals. And for new coaches, maybe it's for your sales goal, selling 3 things. Like you don't have to like go as big as this, right? Because, let me say this, your goal in this business may not be the same as mine, right? My goal is to make this a full-time income producing business. So I'm going higher, and I've been here longer, but yet I'm still not moving forward. So I got to make these goals. But maybe for you, it's literally selling 3 challenge packs and making $150 in the month. That's a great goal. Like don't compare your goal to mine. You guys get that, right? You don't have to have these big giant. It's whatever is for you at this time. But for a recruitment goal, if you're new, say 1 or 2 in a month, 1 or 2 people in a month. Consistently, that adds up. So I want to show you, and then they have this really cute idea, and I know a lot of you are visual and you're teachers and stuff. Like I just made like a thermometer looking thing grid, and each week when I get my personal volume, so I can see it. And I literally have this same thing. I'll take a picture of it and post it in the group so you can see it. I have this posted in my refrigerator, so my family sees it, right? So they understand, okay, mommy's on calls, like every night I've been on a call, but she's doing it because she has these goals. So they understand. And then I'm teaching them the importance of goals too, right? It's trickling down to them. And I'm reminded if I want to go sit and watch Netflix or scroll on IG and I'm like, Marcy, you said you wanted to do some big things. Does that match your goal? No. So it's a visual reminder. I have one at my work too. So I've like put them everywhere. So knowing what your goal is going to then help you create a plan around your posts, right? So if you want to sell 3 challenge packs, you can't post just once a month. If you want to have 5 new coaches on your team in a month, you can't post about the coach opportunity once a month, right? You gotta like plan it out. So I want you to think like you are an influencer. As much as we might hate that word, we are influencers on social media. What we do, our behavior influences other people to do things, right? You've heard, you are so inspiring to me. I've watched you for so long. I want to do what you're doing. You've heard those already. I know many of you have. And that's what influencing is. We're not selling them up front. We are influencing them. We're making them feel a certain way from the posts that we're making. Now I want to show you a graphic because I thought this was key. Like, how do we drive social media? And where do we find people within social media to move from a prospect up to a client and on and on? So let me move. It's good. Sorry if you get dizzy. I don't look cute. Look at me. Look how fancy. I'm going to pin myself. I think I can do that. So I'm the main video you see. Does that help make it bigger? Can you read that the correct way? It's not backwards? Okay. Got my pen. Look at me go. All right. So what they said is it's called a healthy pipeline. And I know there's a glare. We have stupid lights that we're going to try and get new ones for. So just bear with me. And I will post this in the group. But a healthy pipeline, right? If you think of it, if you're in marketing and if you're not, we have these funnels, right? You bring people in and then you're taking them along on a journey. Social media is the journey. So for a healthy pipeline, we have our social community. Social community is the first one. So like draw this out too, it really helps. So the first little mark is social community. This is where you are giving content to your Facebook friends, your Instagram followers. I want to think, how are you adding value to their life? It's probably you're sharing a post about motherhood. You're sharing recipes, pictures of your food, and you're saying, if you want the recipe, message me, or whatever it is. You're giving them videos on how-to videos, mom hacks, dad hacks, parent, like all these tips and tricks that you're not even selling anything. They may not even be related to fitness. Does that make sense? So in here, this is where we start. We have to think, what can I give them to add value to their life? So I put in ideas for my personal one is Instagram TV, do technique videos. I always get a lot of questions about technique and form. Foam rolling, the benefits of foam rolling, how to make a healthy meal, show a product and what it is and go a little bit more into depth there. So you're feeding this community value. And I want you to think of everything you do in your life, your passions outside of fitness. Write them down here and it will start giving you ideas. So from a community, these people then move over to become your clients, right? You've given them so much good free content, they trust and believe anything you're saying. So then you're moving the conversation. They're now becoming your client. Once they become your client, you need to think, how do I add value to my client? That's our challenge groups. That's personal check-ins with you. That's sharing out recipes, email. Like, you have their email addresses. just shoot out a mass email on Gmail, or I use, I pay for a service called Smore, but I'm adding value to my client, right? I'm making them a believer in the product. And what do I always say? Our job begins when they press play, not when we sell the package, right? When they press play, that's when our true job begins. So for clients, think about all the things you could give them. The personal check-ins are huge. So on Facebook, you can do a video, or you can do a voice memo. I do a lot of those because it gives them more personal connection. So from a client, we then move those clients over to believers. You have your die-hard believers, right? Many of you were die-hard Beachbody believers. You believed in your coach first, then you believed in all the products, you got results, and anytime someone says, oh, what are you doing? Oh my God, there's this amazing program and it has changed my life, that's a believer. And I know many of you, many of our discount coaches are believers. They'll refer us until the day they die. Shannon was a huge believer in me until she became a coach. She referred so many people to me, right? That's my believer. What do I do for them? What can I give them? You know, what do we talk about? Like a lot of times you can send like a free gift. If someone refers a lot of people to me, I give them a gift card. I send them a handwritten card. It's personalizing because you want to make them still feel good because they're going to talk you up no matter what. And then from a believer, how do you move them over to a working team member, right? Because these people are selling you, let them sell themselves. And how do you give value to them? We do new coach trainings. We do team meetings, right? You work one-on-one with your personally sponsored coach when they're first getting started. Tell them all your best tips and tricks. So these are all content areas that you can start to build, right? If I want to add 5 coaches, but I don't have any believers, how am I going to get there, right? I've got to take them from here to here to here to here. For me, this made a ton of sense. Does it seem to make sense? And you can sit and digest it. Because then what I do want you to do is take whatever your goal was right here, and then what are your action items for each step? Like what are 2 or 3 things you can do each month for these people? Because if you invest in them individually, they're going to move. They're going to hop down the chain. Cool? All right. So the next thing I want you to think about is it's something they call the 4 hash method. How many of you use hashtags in your socials? Yeah. Real quick, you do want to use, especially on Instagram, I'm going to pop this up. Instagram is big on hashtags. That's how you get found. And this one's it's a little off the path of what I want to go, but use hashtags. Find hashtags and ones that don't have like millions of followers on, like kids with glasses. I use that when I have my boys in there. If it's an up close picture of me, it's green eyes, or fit mom. But like if you start doing like the boy mom, you get lost because you want to show up. It takes time. But if someone searches a hashtag here, like I know like weight loss help is one. Like if you go to the search, I know you can't see it. If you go into search and put in hashtags, you'll see like for certain ones people come up, but people search hashtags and they want to be able to see you. But this method, the 4 hash method, this is going to require you to think. It's going to make you think. There is one main reason that people follow you. And this is another visual. So, yes. He doesn't know I'm not on the clock. I'll target this down and then I'll bend down. So you have your main reason people follow you, right? What do you, and this is going to take some time. I don't expect you to know it right now. If you look at your social media and you're checking how many people liked a comment, how many people or liked your post, how many people commented, that's going to give you an indication of what people are following you for. right? I believe, and it was funny, after I did this training last Thursday, I was talking to two people from my work environment, and random people I hadn't talked to in a while, and they said, and I had written down consistency and believing in myself as kind of like two main things that I thought people would follow, that were following me for. I'm on the phone and one goes, I can't believe how you show up every single day in the middle of a pandemic, teaching your two kids and working full time and running a business. And I was like, okay, so my consistency message is getting out there. And then the other one said something very, like, you're so inspiring. I love how much you share your life and you show me that you're real. So those were two main ones. But then you need subtopics. So you would have a subtopic here, a here, and then a here. So these three things also feed here. So let's say it's consistency is my main one. So motherhood could be one. Inspiration, motivation. How about a working mom? I talk about that a lot. I mean, I know that's motherhood, but that's a whole separate category of people. So as I'm thinking about social media, and I know that these things give me likes and comments, this is what I need to start thinking about in my messaging. I really need to focus and say, does this do what I need it to do? Right? And that's really going to help you frame. I'm going to sit down, and like I said, I'll post a picture of that for you. It's a hot mess in here, so hold on. Does that make somewhat sense? Kinda. Yeah. It took me a day or two to digest it, trust me. So you just remember, what's the main reason they're following you? And this is a very good point. People that can see themselves in you are going to follow you no matter what, right? Have you had people say, I have that same thing going on, or I'm like that too, and you made me think about X? That's the person that will follow you. That's your vision. That's the vision you're creating of yourself for other people. It's your brand, right? I'm not Shannon. Shannon's brand is completely different than my brand, than of Krista's brand, as a Michelle's brand. We all have different brands, and the hardest part is figuring out who that is, because I know, I'm telling you, I've done a lot of random posts and I just see what sticks. But now that I know this, and I've looked into my likes on my pages and my comments, I'm like, okay, this is where I need to focus, because this is what people want to hear from me. So think of that. And I want you to not be the girl that, and I've done this, you know, I'm very intense, especially when it comes to fitness. Don't be the, you should be doing this every day. You should be working out 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week, because it's a healthy thing to do, and if you don't do it, you're going to die. You've seen those, right? We've all been guilty of doing it, and we're not doing it in like, I know better than you. We're in like, oh my God, wake up, you need to save yourself, right? That's where we're coming from. But some people might be like, you don't tell me what to do, right? I want you to change the thought process to say, if I'm sitting down and having coffee with Kayla, what conversation back and forth would we be having? I'd be listening to what she's telling me. I would be responding and giving her advice based on the information she's sharing. So you have to think of social media not as a one-way street, right? You have to look at it. You post, you get feedback, you respond, and it's just this ebb and flow, and it's going to be ongoing and changing. Social media changes every day. So if you're, and I know we're all doing it from a good place, and we're very intense, many of us, that just take a step back. Take a step back and be like, whew, is that really how I should be saying that to that person? And then listen to this part. This part like really struck me, and it goes into what I just said. There are two parts to inviting, the verb and then the adjective. So think of the verb as like, hey, do you want to go to the store with me? You're inviting them to go to the store with me. The adjective part is, and the real definition is, attractive and makes you want to experience it. So we do both, right? Our posts do both. So when you're writing your posts and you're thinking about it, I want you to think, am I literally inviting them, or am I leaving clues that makes it attractive to them, and I'm inviting them subtly, not like a, we all have to do this. We have to do this. I'm starting a new group on August 10th. It's a brand new program. If you would like to join me, let me know. Opposed to, I've really found that I'm getting more balance from this program. It's helped my core strength. I used to have back problems. If you've ever struggled with back problems, I highly encourage something like this, or that you focus here, right? Then you're attracting a certain type of person to you. So you just got to think about it. That was very eye-opening for me. I really liked it. A few more things, and then I'll open it up for questions too. 3 questions to ask yourself before you write your post. Okay? Is it helpful? Is it hopeful? And is it healing? Does it offer a solution? If it's not one of those 3 things, like, do you really need to post it? Outside of like funny memes and like stuff you know your audience enjoys, like a quote. But if it's like your well thought out post for the day, is it doing one of those things? Doesn't have to be related to fitness, right? Remember, we're more than just a person that works out every day and eats healthy. We're so much more than that. And I know I've caught myself twice already implementing this. Is it hopeful? Is it helpful? And am I offering a solution, or am I healing something? And then I rewrote my post, because I was like, I'm coming off as, you should be doing X, Y, and Z because I'm a trainer and I know, right? So I just reframed it, and it helped. It helped. It helped me a lot. Use your objections. How many of you have already gotten objections for asking people to join some kind of workout program or the coaching? No? Krista says yes. Then you're not talking to enough people. No. Use those objections in your post.
It wasn't really an objection. It was, I'm in the middle of a group, but check with me in 6 months.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Because then you can say, all right, I got it.
No, she was interested, just committed.
Not right now. Yes.
No.
And the one we get a lot is what? Time.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm overwhelmed. I can't take another thing on. I gotta ask my husband. Use those in a post without calling that person out, right? I know we don't have time. Now we're at home with our kids. Like Shannon had a great one either today or yesterday about just taking 30 minutes a day. One of you, I don't know who it was, Michelle.
Shannon. I don't know. I don't remember which day I posted and which day I don't, to be honest.
I think it was Michelle. Like, I used to spend hours in the gym. Once I had Colton, I didn't want to be away from him. I work overnight, so I already missed stuff. So being able to go in the basement, you're taking that objection and you're flipping it, and they don't even know that you're talking to them, right? Money. I was listening to a functional medicine doctor today, and she put it so well. And think of this. Health insurance, car insurance, and home insurance are there for a catastrophe, a major catastrophe, right? They're not there to help you upgrade your house. They're not there to paint the car. They're there to protect your ass when something major goes wrong. So everything you're doing now, investing in your health, with joining us in workouts, investing in Shakeology, these are all preventative measures from having you use the catastrophe insurance. And when I thought about it, I was like, you know what, that's, we always hear health is an investment, but that really kind of made me draw a picture in my mind of, oh my God, my health insurance only reacts to something bad. It's not helping me prevent. And health insurance is unfortunately probably not going to do that ever. So think of it that way. And like when you say, well, you pay for it later, reframe it. Is it helpful? Is it healing? And is it hopeful? Right? Spin it and say, I know I don't have the money to pay out my deductible if I'm facing something. Or maybe some of you have had a health scare, and it's okay to talk about that health scare if you're comfortable. Being vulnerable is the most courageous thing you can do, and you can talk about it. Like Liana is a cancer survivor, and she's starting to talk about that. Today she shared that for the first time since she got diagnosed with cancer and had her daughter, she fits into jeans. She has energy, right? She's tying her story together for other cancer survivors. You had a health scare, you became pre-diabetic. It was like I need to change something to prevent the bad happening. Share it, share it, share it. So use your objections. Now let's talk about just a little bit in the details. Postings, like how much should you post, right? I say, and it used to be we post 3 times a day, and that was a little much. Now it's like one well thought out post a day. Have you noticed on social media, like on Instagram, where they're longer now, right? Because we're not posting as frequently, but we're really taking the time to sit and think and formulate, who can I inspire? What can I talk about? And what is my call to action? What is it that I want them to do? Do I want them to drop an emoji to join me? Do I just want to make them feel good and laugh? Do I want them to take something away and implement it? Like, it's got some kind of action on it. So don't kill yourself with trying to do all these like quick little posts. Make one well thought, especially on Instagram. Like, Instagram is a whole different animal than Facebook, because on Facebook it's easier to just share a meme or a blog or an article that you found was really interesting and relates to you and what you do and your brand and your family. Instagram is really the visual. So think, how do I get a really good picture? Get to the light, find the window, right? You need good light for Instagram for people to stop and scroll. So find your light. Think about the picture ahead. Like Melanie said, it was genius. I never thought about it. She goes, if I know that my husband and the kids are going to be out for baseball and I have an hour or whatever, I pick out 3 or 4 different outfits and I have them all lined up, and I just go around outside. I take pictures inside, outside. That way I have photos for the week. And no one needs to know that you didn't take it today, right? Pre-record clips. Like, if you love a certain move in a workout, record a clip of it, save it, and then in your social media plan, you can say, I want to talk about that one move that really targeted my core today, and I want to share it. They don't know you didn't do it today. So think about that, right? Plan that out. And one good post on Facebook, share the memes, especially if people love them. If people are responding to them and you're getting interactions, share them. And we can push quotes. For a while there, they said, don't push quotes up. Put quotes up, but here's what I recommend. Get, like, Canva is a free graphic kind of creation. That's what I do all of our rank advancements and our new team announcements. And I'm actually going to have Anna's sister up our game and give us like a real brand and colors. And once she does, then I think I can share those through Canva. Canva's free, C-A-N-V-A, Canva. Take your quote, type it up, put it like on a white or a light blue background so it pops. And then in your Instagram grid, you've got pictures and it's broken up by a quote. Like, try not to just grab off Pinterest or something and throw it up there. Put it yours, and then like put your Instagram handle on it. That way if someone shares it, it knows that it can get back to you, okay? Find the light. So Michelle has one. I have one. I just need to find it. You can go on Amazon and buy like this whole kit. I can't find it. You can get a tripod.
Oh, I have mine.
Can you show it?
Yeah.
Now, let me unpin my video. So you got that Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And then it has like a clicker where she can stand away
Yeah.
and take her picture.
Yes.
Yeah. So then you don't have to like hit the timer and then like run, which we've all done. So she can do that. She can click timer and then hit that and kind of like hide it. And it makes a difference in pictures, but find the light. Even like when I work out, I try to get as much light as possible. It's not going to be perfect, but think about your pictures ahead of time. Plan them out ahead of time. All right. And then Instagram stories. Shannon has started talking on hers, and I'm very proud of her. I know Michelle's like, Kristen, you do a great job on Instagram stories too. It's a great way. Think of your Instagram, right? Instagram is where businesses grow. As much as we all hate it, and from a business perspective, it's where you can grow. Think of your grid. So your grid is basically, right, like this, when you click on your account, it's what your grid looks like. You can't see it.
Mhm.
Your stories are personal. You're welcoming them into your world. They get to know you, like on a personal level. I get so many comments from my stories that like, you crack me up. I love how you share like how your house is a hot mess or whatever it is. Like, and in stories, you can be more direct with a call to action. Like you can say, hey guys, I just finished this program. I'm going to start a new group. If you want in, message me, right? And when you get to 10,000 followers, you can add the swipe up, but message me. The polls, the more you use Instagram's features, the more visibility you get within Instagram. So add a poll, add a DM me, add, you know what people love are those lists. I don't know if you guys have seen when I've been doing all the new coaches added to the team. People want to see their name on that list. So put one in, just build. If you don't have anyone signed up, just put someone on the team's name. Like they don't need to know that. You know what I mean? Like be like, Marcy and Michelle are doing it with me. Are you? It's FOMO. They like to see it. So personal, I do a call to action in there at least once a day. At least once a day. I'm like, you can join me by doing this. I try to do one while I'm at work. So they see, okay, she does this, but she also works. I do one at nighttime as a recap. Pictures, the kids' videos, and then I have them, they're saved. So all of those things are good. So one main post a day, and then do 8 to 10 stories. They're 15 seconds each. You get 4 clips at one time, and then move on, right? Just have fun with it. I do a lot of my workout videos in there, my clips. I do sometimes take a clip and put it on my social media because I want to talk about that move or talk about how I wasn't able to do it at first, but now I can do it. So you can use them, but I really just keep them there so people can watch. You can add music, play with it. There's nothing that can go wrong in there. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, I'm learning about forms. How many of you follow some other Beachbody coaches or other influencers and they say, click the link in my bio? These are short forms.
Yeah.
So this week, they're telling us what forms they use. There's free forms like a Google form or Woofu. But because I don't have a website, I know a lot of you, none of us do, you can say click link in bio and it pulls up and it looks like a mini website. And they click on join my group, learn more about coaching, whatever we put. And it's like a 3 or 4 question form. They fill it out. You've gathered their email address, right? So you can take the conversation out of social media onto email and you're learning more about them. If they click that link, they're interested. And then it just helps you keep track of people. Because I know DMs get lost sometimes. And just repeatedly, like once a day, once we get these forms up, I'll tell you what they recommend and I'll implement mine so you guys can do yours. And it
Where do
adds
these
to your,
forms- where are these forms going?
they'll go on, you can copy the link over in Facebook, but in Instagram on the profile,
Okay, on the
we can
Instagram.
build our profile out. So then we have a form. And people fill out these forms all the time. I use them in my newsletter. I don't know if my coaches, you probably see my newsletter. I use those Google Forms to capture people's data. It's a way to data. Because just think about this. If social media crashed, would you have your people, right? You could even say, you could take 10 Fix8 recipes, put them all together. I've got 10 recipes I'm willing to share to get access to them. Click the link in my bio, get their email. Now you have new prospects, email addresses. Email is key because then you can add them in and start emailing them regularly. So think of a freebie, like a freebie giveaway.
So Marcy, I saw one of those and I just went on to Linktree and
Yeah,
that's what
Linktree,
we're all
that's it.
through. So I just made one and I didn't like put it, I'm not quite finished. So like, I wanted to add like some recipes like you were talking about. So I haven't put it up on Instagram yet, but I put it under something on Facebook just to see. And I was able to click on it. I linked it to like the free sample workout through my coach account. So if they took that, then it's through mine. But I didn't do much more than that, but you can also like do Google Forms or you can, like you were talking, or you can add like Jot Forms.
Okay.
Jot Forms. I think it's jotforms.com, but you can add those. Anything that you can link up, you can put on Linktree, and you can get like, I think Linktree you can get like $6 a month or free, depending on what you do with it. So I think you can get it for free. I mean, you can add as many links as you want. So it's just a matter if you want to be able to do more, but it's super easy. I mean, I figured it out. So I was just like, I'm just going to do this because I'm like, I kept seeing them on other people's. And I'm like, I want one of those.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I've been putting it off and I know I need to. It's so simple. You're right. Like once you do it, it's done. And then you just go in and edit it. So what we'll have so many freaking new programs coming. We'll have MBF for a while. Then you could do BAR. Because Dan and you could go in and talk about being postpartum, and BAR is available for new moms. Angela, I know you're expecting, and you can use that too. So there's a lot of things that we can do on those forms, and we can just say, go hit the link in my bio. People are accustomed to hearing it now, so they're just going to go, and captures all that data. So awesome. I'm going to do it this week, damn it. I
seriously, I did 3 links and set it up when I was nursing.
Oh.
So it's that easy. I did it on my phone. I didn't even go to a computer. It really is easy.
Can you post your link so we can all look at it in the team
sure.
page when you think about it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perfect. So that's Linktree. And I do want to show you one last thing, and I want to open for questions. So Chic Influencer has their own, they're coming out with a new one, so maybe wait. It's called the Chic Planner, and it's like a 52-week social media plan. I needed something to organize my life. But what I love, this was like, so there's 2 things. There's a lot, but like I have my monthly goals. It's the whole month. So then I can plan, okay, we did a coach sneak peek in week 1, 2 days before I need to be inviting. Then we had the MBF sneak peek. So I got it all laid out. So then I can go to the next page and I can say, all right, for my weekly, if I want to hit that goal, here's the types of posts I need to be saying. I don't have to write them, but I have the theme. Like I have sneak peek for MBF, a nutritional kind of like shake tie-in. How does it tie in? Invite to the live workout, which I haven't told you guys about yet, that I'm doing on Saturday. IG Live form. So I'm just putting down ideas. So then when I'm like, oh God, what am I going to post about? I have an idea. And like I said, like I need pics. I need to be wearing different clothes. I talked about Wyatt's tutoring today. I had that written down. Nothing related to fitness, right? I'm just showing them I'm a mom. that is struggling with a kid that doesn't want to learn from me. So I'm posting about him. But yeah, and then even like IG stories. So this is on Amazon, but like I said, they're making a new one, so I'll keep you posted on that. Another cool thing is they have a weekly reflection, like how many people did my post reach? What was the engagement? What was the number of likes? How many people did I add to my network? Number of new followers, all these things, and your self-reflection, like what post did well? Something I learned, because I don't do this a lot, because honestly, quarantine life, I wasn't taking any pictures of me dressed up with makeup on. The post that I did about, I was in the bathroom at work with my mask on and a dress, I had over 100 likes and so many people commenting because they don't ever see me in a dress, right? And so I'm like in my head, okay, Marcy, you hate taking pictures of yourself dressed up. You've got to go out and you've got to get dressed up and you've got to take pictures and write. The content does not have to directly relate to the photo too, right, guys? It can be a pretty photo. You can tie it in somehow, but it doesn't have to be, I worked out today and our selfie, right? It can be something else. Like Michelle had a really great one. I told her to post, what did I tell you to post about? And you did the one on the dock.
Yeah. Shoot. About because I started working again.
Yes, she went back to work and
And I
balancing.
had a very busy week last week.
Yeah. So you can go look at her page and it's a well thought out long one. She talks about mindset and still making time for herself. And is a more of a adjective of inviting. She was letting them see that they can be like her. And that type of marketing works really well for Michelle with new moms. But yeah, so think about that. And the picture is beautiful. It's her and her family walking out on the dock in the bay. So it makes people stop scrolling and then they read. So I'll get you more information on this when it's out. I think it was like $30, but it's a whole year long. And I literally take it with me everywhere now. I also want to show you, I will post a picture of mine so you guys have kind of an idea of what I did. But remember, you and I are not the same. We have different goals. And I used to get freaked out. I used to be like, I got to put that big goal up there. I'm like, but that's not really what I want right now. So you just got to make it work for you. You'll see some of your names on here actually, because I did hit my 5-coach goal, which has never happened in 1 month. So don't think that it's normal. But did you see that I put an intention around it? I wrote it down and guess what happened? It came true. So write it down. What questions do you have? Anything? Was it helpful visually to sit and think about some things? I know it's a little overwhelming, but literally sit. I had to sit with it for a day and think about it. And then when I did this, I was like, oh, because I had to post, I'm going to make you post them or share them with your coach. Because when I put mine up, I didn't have any action items under each social community clients, believers, and work team. They're like, okay, that's great, but how are you going to get from here to here to here to here? And I was like, oh yeah, I have to take action. I have to talk to my community. I have to talk to my clients. I have to talk to my believers. And then my working team, I'm pouring into you, right? So it's figuring out how you're going to do that every week and what your value you're going to bring to everybody. So sit and think of it, but then do it. And if you're a new coach, community is your first focus, right? Your first focus. Oh, Lauren got a tripod. You got to build that community. You got to build that trust. It's trust. Trust is key in this business. Anything? Because I'm going to have Angela talk. I know she probably is terrified.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So I have been trying to figure out how you video yourself and work out at the same time. Are you videoing yourself the entire time, like, and just choosing clips? I can't figure it out.
Yeah, and Sonia and I just had this. So I have like, you think this is a mess. Like, so I have my workout on my TV through my Fire Stick. I have my tripod in my office where there's light shining, and I need to replace all the lights in my background because they're a hot mess. But I just have my phone facing with this part facing. It's not selfie mode, it's just regular recording mode out. And then at the end of my workout, I come back in and I cut the clips. And I do that for two reasons. First, it's always about my workout and getting myself results. You'll see a lot of coaches like that are like recording themselves. I'm like, how the hell are you even working out if you're running up to the camera and you're pressing it? And maybe they're just doing clips, maybe, I don't know. But for me, I'm like, I gotta work out. And I find some really funny things in these videos. Like, I have the worst resting bitch face ever when I work out. So like, I'll pull those out and talk about like, that's a funny thing in my workout, you know, and I use it as a post. But then you get all of it. And it's really easy to edit. Like on an iPhone, you can just click edit and shorten them down. And the quality's better because they're out. But so say you don't have all of that equipment at one time, right? You're just starting out. Remember a move that you love and do it after, right? Just set up your camera, then do it afterwards. Grab 2 or 3 clips of it, and then you can cut and paste that or post that.
Sometimes, just a thought to add on, I've been like taping some of mine and people are responding to it. Sometimes like it's better to have an imperfect thing that you're posting than, oh, look at me looking so great in this move, because it like makes you real to people. And I've had people comment on stuff like that and be like, oh, I love seeing that you mess up too. Like, make me feel better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not perfect and the lighting's not great. Sometimes I'm like, whatever, just because that makes people be like, oh, okay, look, this is the reality of what she's dealing with today when her child runs in front and she almost hits her with the weight, and people get a kick out of it and it draws their attention, you know?
Yeah. I agree. People look to my videos to find my kids too. Yeah, so if right now, like, just rig it. Like sometimes if my TV stops working because the kids get on their tablets, and then I'd like turn it off, or I have a work phone, so I'll prop that up. So if you've got extra devices, use them.
Okay. Yeah, I was like amazed. Couldn't figure it out.
Also too, like, I don't know about you guys, but I love Facebook Marketplace. So while we were on, I just went on Marketplace and bought a tripod with a remote for $20.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, like, that's always, I love going on there, and things are usually pretty cheap. So that's another option.
And
That's
you meet new
awesome.
people. True, you know, you do. And I know Michelle utilizes groups a lot. She's in a lot of mom groups. Create your relationships there. You see someone post something, say, hey, I think I can help you out. You know, do it in a genuinely nice way, but a great way to add people. And we could talk social media every week because it's changing. So anytime you guys get a major win on your social, like, just post it in the group, drop it, be like, hey, try this. Because it really is, you have a game plan, but it truly is like, is it gonna work? I don't know. And then you take it back and you use it again. And another thing they said, look back at old posts that did well, just repurpose the content. People don't remember that 2 months ago, you talked about going back to work and being really busy. Just put a different picture in it, right? If you know that content worked, just tweak it a little and just put a new picture on it. It's perfect. We don't have to kind of reinvent the wheel every single time. That was a big one for me. I'm like, I need fresh all the time. But like, no, use good ones. And follow Melanie and Katie to see what they do, because I think we can learn a lot from them. Don't compare, look for it to a learning tool, because they've been in this business for 8 years now, so they get it. Angela, real quick. So Angela has, well, Shannon, tell us about what Angela's done. She's your coach. I don't want to steal your thunder.
Oh, well, one of the great things that she did is before she was even signed up, because she was going to sign up with the MBF on the 7th, she already lined up 2 coaches then. So she was like asking me, what's the best way to do this? And I was like, hit Emerald, hit Success Club. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to do that. So she set goals right away. So that's what was key with her. She set goals, and I knew she would reach them for sure. But she immediately, got those coaches ready to go. And then she, surprised me. She got another coach, rather than just a customer. She got a coach. What was it, a couple days ago, Angela? 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
Yeah, I think 2 days ago.
Yeah. So I think setting the goals, helped a lot, with it, and just coming in with a plan, and, just making lists. She's making lists of who she is going to reach out to. She's been posting. She started posting before she even was a coach as well. Just showing how she's pregnant and you can still work out and stay healthy, and, just different things. She's been putting stuff in her story with her shakes and everything as well. So just being consistent.
Cool. Angela, what secret tip? We always want the secret winning tip.
Well, everyone in my family was watching Shannon, so I mean, that was motivation. So I don't know that I have a secret tip. I think I just every day wake up and I'm like, who can I reach out to? Like, because I believe in the product. I've actually had probably 15 years of working out, being a high school athlete, and I've worked out with different individuals along those 15 years. So they're the main people that I'm reaching out to. Like, are you interested in getting back in? What are you even doing right now? Maybe they're doing something pretty awesome right now. And then I just post more on my personal page, which was a little bit scary. Just showing that I am working out, I am pregnant. And the amount of support is amazing. So then it, of course, just motivates me to post more. But yeah, like Shannon said, I had a plan before I was even a coach. So a month out, I was talking to 2 family members and they were interested in coaching. So as soon as I signed up to be a coach, I had them sign up. One of them had the same plan as myself, so her mom signed up under her. And then I started reaching out to people and saying, this is what I'm doing. Are you interested? And, just kind of putting myself out there, which is a little bit scary. But everyone was already watching Shannon. So I was like, hey, I do it too. I just don't post.
That's awesome.
It's been great. And I've had a lot of support. So nice.
And you're building that, I think right now are in that social community. You're building that with pregnancy, right? Because they're going to latch onto your journey now and they're going to watch, well, what does she do after? You know what I mean? And your clients so you're definitely moving them down the funnel, so to speak. That's awesome. Congratulations. That doesn't happen very often. So be proud of that. It's a lot of hard work that you've put in.
I think the secret is being around Shannon.
She does push you to be better. 100%.
Thanks, guys. But no, you guys are doing all the work and you're being consistent, and people see that. When you're consistent, there's been days that like you get crickets. You go through that and you go through ups and downs where you're like, oh, I just haven't heard anything from people and this and that. But if you just keep going, then one day it hits somebody, because people have been watching you. Like Marcy always says, people are watching you. They can't watch you if you don't post about it, right? And it doesn't always have to be something specific about working out every single day in their face, but you can, like Marcy said, I don't know how you described, posting, but not being as,
the finger pointer. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's different ways of going about it. And then you come back to those posts that definitely hit home. One of the quotes I like to come back to after a while is, a year ago, you'll wish you started today. And I got somebody messaged me and said, okay, that got me. I read that today. And I'm like, I've posted that before, but I don't do it every day, because then people would be like, that's annoying. Stop doing that. And something that I actually had 2 people message me today. So if you're a mom, you try this one. Are your kids your reason why, or are they your excuse? Because I read something about that, and a lot of people, I can't do this because of my kids. I can't do that because of my kids. And, you can twist it in a way that applies to your life if you don't have kids, but it gets people thinking, it gets people thinking, you know what? I need to do this. I need to get myself healthy, take care of myself, but I'm always saying, oh, well, the kids, this or that. And, you know, just get some thinking about stuff. So if you post, at some point you're going to connect a reason with somebody, and you just have to keep going. And those days are hard that, you know, you feel like you're not getting any response. Just keep reaching out, keep looking for people to reach out to. I'm constantly like, you know, when I'm on Facebook or Instagram, I'm looking for what people are posting and seeing a way that I can reach out to them based on their posts, so that it's not coming from me. So they post something. I think I used the example with the coffee creamer one time. Somebody posted about, hey, I've cut sugar and coffee creamer out. Coffee creamer was the key for them. They cut that out for 2 weeks and they've noticed changes, and now they're motivated to work out. And boom, they went to my high school. They're a few years older than me, and I probably never talked to them in my life, you know, but I reached out. I'm friends with them on Facebook, and I reached out and I got a response, you know. So they didn't join right away, but I've made a connection there. So I'll follow up until I die. No,
All right.
as that woman said, right? But
And then, yeah, and if you're not a mom yet, look, because I don't want you to think, oh God, they're all moms, so they're all going to get it easy. Think about times in your life or things you wish you would have known. Like I posted another one where it was before kids, but it was me just working out to work out. I didn't have a purpose. I wasn't eating right. And I looked completely different even after having 2 kids. Like for me, I'm like, what if, it's a what if, but if this opportunity would have existed when I was coming out of college or I was in college, holy hell. Like I could have been working in my dorm room. I could have been hitting up all the girls around me that needed help more than anybody in the world and giving them a service. You know what I mean? So think about where you are right now. Like Anna, you need, like, the amazingness of your restaurant being featured as one of the top 10 everywhere. You should be shouting that out and explaining how hard it is to work as a chef, and that you need probably endurance. You need to be you're on your feet, and working out has helped me feel stronger in those things, right? So it's a tie-in. You're giving yourself credit, but you're tying in, well, this is what I've done to make myself feel better. I've lost X amount of pounds, so now my knees aren't hurting. Like stretch it. Like think real far out of, oh, I just work out, right? That ties into your job. So think about all that. And Christina does a great job. She's older. I'm talking about it, Christina. But she goes in and looks at it and it says, I'm in my 60s and I'm in the best health of my life. I am the healthiest I've ever been. She's taking pictures with her sports bra. Like the woman is rocking it and she's owning it. And she has a target market of older women that are ready to take care of themselves now, right? You find your market of who you are in the season and in this moment, and that's going to change. It's going to change as you grow. So just because you're not a mom with 2 kids, 4 kids, 18 kids, if Shannon could have more, she probably would.
Well, I could, but.
So think about that, and think about your audience who follows you. All right, there's no secret sauce, but you guys are doing amazing. We added 21 coaches since January 7th. That has never happened in the 5 years I've been here. So you should be damn proud of yourselves. You should be proud of just even if you're a new coach, you joined. Like this is a big deal. Like you're doing something that no one else does. And I don't know if you got to watch the summit stuff. If not, it's going to be shared in the Beachbody Champions page. Carl shared some stats real quick. I want to tell you. So coach-wise, in 2016, we had 400,000 coaches in the network. Not all of them work the business, right? Many of them are discount coaches. We have lots of them on our team. A new market and wine company came in and poached coaches, like literally like, if you come here, we're going to give you these incentives, and a bunch of people left. So then we were down to like 350. As of June 9th, we are up to 408,000. So the pandemic, people saw an opportunity to take care of themselves. They saw an opportunity to make an income because they may no longer have a job or are scared of losing their job. And we have 2.3 million BOD subscribers right now. That's insane. And the highest day was May 26th. There were over 30,000 people working out at one time. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's US, Canada, UK, and France. I mean, people, and there's people military that are abroad, but it's insane. He has a goal. His 5-year goal is 1 million coaches, 5 million BOD subscriptions. So I think that's pretty cool. And we're a part of that. We are a big part of that. So be proud. Don't have shame, because people are like, oh, there's so many Beachbody coaches. Yeah, but I'm the best one there is. You gotta have that mentality, because they'll come if you invite them. Cool? You good? And guess what? We are officially a 1-star diamond team. Yes.
Yay.
Tomorrow it's in the books. So thank you, Shannon. Thank you to everyone on this team that has helped us get there. Now we go. Now what can we do? Can we become elite by the end of the year with 5 stars, 5 coaches, diamond?
Do it.
I think we can. It's easy. It's easy. You just got to get out of your own way. Right? And I'm seeing, just an FYI, I'm seeing a ton of really good coach prospects in the Better Together group. Y'all got some really good people you've invited to my challenge and to our challenge group. There's people just waiting. Like,
Ask them.
yeah.
And
And
honestly, like Marcy said, like everybody has different goals. You don't have to come into this and be like, well, I want to make this my full-time job one day. That's what I hope. You never know, it might happen, but it might not be your thing. You might just want to come in, get your products covered, right? You might just want to come in and make a little bit of money each month, or bring friends in as you go. Or if you're in your 20s, then
build yourself a little.
I'm so jealous of you if you're in your 20s, but those people
Why?
in their 20s, man, you could just build slow, and by the time you're my age, like,
Wait, how old are you?
We're so old. We're 39.
I'm 39. Wait, Marcy, oh, I'm like 2 weeks older than you. I was gonna say you're older than me.
You guys need to
It
stop
also
that.
takes a lot longer than you might realize sometimes to get people to sign up. Like, I was talking with my one sister-in-law on Saturday, and she was saying that she was really annoyed because someone from another product company, I don't really want to name it, but we both know people that sell this particular thing.
Just say it.
And
Does it
you
start
can
with an
tell, huh?
Does it start with
No,
an O?
it's Plexus.
Oh,
Plexus.
that was my next
And
guess.
like I've had multiple people just you never talk with them, like you don't have a relationship with them, and they'll message you, and then you can just tell right off the bat that all they want is for you to buy something. And so obviously that's not what we do. We're trying to cultivate relationships and that kind of thing. But she was talking about how frustrated she was that this was constantly messaging her and pretending like she cared. You're like, oh, how's your family and this and that. So anyways, I'd love for you to buy this stuff. So I've just been realizing like it does take time for sometimes, like you can't like force anyone to want to change. Like it's not like a product, like a makeup product. Oh, just buy this.
Yeah.
It's like something that you're actually going to have to like commit to and like decide like this is what you actually want. So it can take, like I told Michelle, I'm currently talking to like 4 or 5 people, but it's always like, oh yeah, I want to do it. But then it's like, okay.
So
It's been like a week and you haven't done anything, and it's just like constant like checking back with them. So it can get
my response to that,
but
my response to that is timing. Sometimes people come to you. That's easy, right? You're consistent with your posts. They come to you. Sometimes you go to people and they're wishy-washy, back and forth. You check in with them. They're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. It's not their time. But you keep posting, right? You keep consistent. They're going to see what you do. They're going to see your changes. And then you're going to turn around and they're going to be coming back to you in a year and say, man, that quote got me. That a year ago, I wish I started today. I wish I would have joined you sooner. And then you say, well, join now and you'll get started. So you don't have to say that again. But it's the timing, and you can't decide the time for them. You can try to talk to them. You can go back, but you kind of get a vibe for somebody. They're just not ready yet. And you just check back later. That's where the following up is. So just let them be, let them see what you're doing, and keep posting and being consistent, because at some point they'll come back. Heck, they might even try the Plexus and then come back.
Yeah.
But they'll come back, because you're not going to take diet pills and stuff like that your entire life. I mean, you're not getting healthy. You might lose some weight. You're not going to keep it off unless you keep taking it, and you're not getting healthy and fit. You're just taking something. So, but they'll come back. It's just the timing. The timing isn't right.
Someone actually, I was thinking about you the other, I think it was you, I can't remember. Someone on this group said that you'd
You froze.
be surprised, like the most online like that. Like, is there anyone like that I work with that's gonna want? And I was like, no, because literally we work like 15, 16-hour days, like 5 days a week, and like no one wants to work out. I'm like the only one that's like
You can't make that
trying to get in
decision.
shape, and
Like,
yeah.
you
So
can't make
I was
that
like, no,
decision.
there's no way.
Let me just for a second.
But she
Because
just
we all
reached
do
out to
it.
me. What'd you say?
I was just saying, we can't make that decision for them, right? We can't, the past judgment that they're working to, and you cut out, so maybe you said something else, but don't assume that because they live a certain life that they don't need us. They don't need you, right? Because then you're gonna miss out on an entire market. All you can do is ask, and they can say no, and saying no is okay. But don't think like, oh no, they don't assume they don't have money, right? I do that. I'm like, well, they're not gonna be able to afford it. They have like 6 kids. Why is she gonna be able
People get their nails done all the time.
to?
Come on, that's like 2 times getting your nails done. Get Color Street.
So like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, don't like discount them ahead of time. Just ask. You know what I mean? And when they see you in person, they're watching that and they're like, damn, she's doing something. And they'll join you. And it does take time, guys. It takes time. We're not saying Angela's an anomaly. I'm just being honest. And Shannon was an anomaly when she came in. She just had just things lined up. Not all of us are that way. I've been working this business 5 years and I'm just now hitting 1-star qualifying. Or I'm not qualifying anymore. I'm official. 1-star diamond after 5 years, because I had to learn myself. I had to get over my own bullshit and all the excuses I kept telling myself as to why I wasn't going to be as good as I am. And then I was making assumptions for people. I was saying, well, Michelle never joined me. She's young. She's got her own thing. She's fit. Like, those are things I would say about my own sister-in-law. But now look at us. We're like together and we're building and we're growing. But I didn't ask. You know what I mean? Like, you never know who you're going to miss, because they'll go find someone else.
Yeah.
There's plenty of us online that they'll go find. I had a girl that I was talking to. I was like, you'd make an incredible coach. She signed up with someone else, because I didn't say, I think you'd make an incredible coach on my team, right? I missed an opportunity. I was just like, you'd make an incredible coach, and left it generic. 2 days later, she was signed up. Like, damn. You know, like,
Way to help someone else.
yeah, I did. I gave her confidence to get going.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
learn personal development. Go for No. It's a good book. Go for No. You're doing amazing, Anna. You are. Give yourself credit.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I'm proud of you. Thank you for showing up. Think about this. So you have the homework. Map these out. It's going to help you. I promise. I wish I would have done it earlier. And once I do my new training, Shannon will post her Linktree form.
Oh, I was gonna say,
It's not done yet. But I'll just post it.
It's not perfect. It's all right.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Did someone have a question?
no, what I was in the middle of saying something.
You keep-
and then like my phone keeps cutting off for some reason. So I don't know what's happening here. Can you hear me?
We can now.
Okay. It's maybe because there's a really big storm here, so maybe that's
Oh.
why. But the one lady that is the author, Steph, I just wanted to share about how that came about because I actually have no idea who she is before this. My sister-in-law, the one I was talking to on Saturday, she's part of like a mom group, and Steph actually posted in that mom group that she was looking for a Beachbody coach. So my sister-in-law's like, oh, my sister-in-law is a coach. So she like gave her my name, but then like there's apparently like 1,000 people or whatever in this group. So like tons of people responded. And so I messaged her, and then she's like, well, I'm talking to like a bunch of people, but I'll let you know or whatever. And the weirdest thing, it was like a week later, I was like taking a shower and I was like, oh, I should check back in with her and see if she's found a coach or not, like to continue like that relationship. And I got out of the shower, looked at my phone, and she had already messaged me and was like, hey, I think I want to sign up with you. Just let me know like your information. And I was like, oh, I was like, this
There
is
you
really
go.
weird. So like you never know how like you're gonna make connections, like just from people that you know that someone else knows, like down
And
the
then
line. So
And then the weird thing is that girl's husband works with my husband.
Yeah,
it's
we
so
were at,
weird.
we were at Michelle's husband's birthday, and another police wife came in the house and was like, I just got a message from this girl named Steph that she is friends with 5 of the admins of the Better Together group. So she
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that's a
Small
small world.
world. So funny. But I just thought that was really cool how that came about.
It
So
is.
you never know like what's gonna happen.
And your sister is a believer, right? She believes in you, or your sister-in-law, she believes in you, so she's going to push you, right? And you keep feeding her and giving her love, so then she becomes your best referral. Sonia's ex-husband is referring people. He believes in her, right? So you never know where you're going to find these believers. Your biggest haters can become your believers. And just give them what they need at that time. So I'm proud of you guys. I know it's late, so go home, go to bed, go to bed.
Always here.
Sounds like you need to go to bed.
Oh, girl.
No.
Been up since 5. I can do this though. I'm pumped. I won't even sleep tonight. Y'all can have a drink for me tomorrow because I don't really drink anymore, so we'll celebrate.
Massage
And we'll
tomorrow. I
have-
can't wait.
Do we have any other new rank advancements this week? I don't think so. Not yet.
I don't think so.
Nope, but we're getting there. We've had a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even
Can I,
like,
picture. We
Oh.
need to boomerang, and then a regular picture. So hold on.
Hopefully I don't freeze and do anything weird this time.
That was the greatest thing ever.
Wait, what'd you do last time?
I
It
told
was
her I
like when
needed her to talk about personal development. Her face
I was
was like,
Really missed that. Man.
Angela, will you come back on so we can get a picture? And then if I'm not friends with you or on Instagram, like whoever's coach I tag them so then they can pick it up. Ready? Boomerang, so we'll wave. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wave. All right, hold on. And picture. It's like if you don't, it's
Thumbs
not,
up.
we didn't work out if you don't take a picture. What do we want to do?
Thumbs up. Is that cheesy?
Yes.
Oh, I'll do it.
Love it.
cheesy
Mine
gets
says
attention.
me.
It's okay.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for showing up for yourself and thank you for showing up for the team. We love you. Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.